pick it?
Yeah.
Be careful. We're gonna have some. We're gonna have some fun today out in the backyard. We oh.
Hey, bed.
Hmm? We're gonna have some fun. We go and pick. Oh. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened. We out here in the backyard, and this is the called river tamarind. I think so. That's what it's called, huh? In Thailand, it's called gratin, and the Cambodian called sambua. I think so. So
I'm busy.
it's been fruitings and it's ripened, and there's a pot. There are pots in there's seed in this. So there are seed in here. Okay, so let me see. Bring it down a little bit. You're way up there. All right, so it's supposed to, like, this thing are edible. Okay, so if you know what these are sambua or katin in Cambodian, and it has pots in here, and literally you can eat this, but it's very pungent though. I mean, after you eat this, you have to brush your teeth and then and do mouthwash, okay? And don't be go kissing your girlfriend or boyfriend because she's gonna run. But in Thailand, it's very popular. I think it had a very nutritional value to it because it related to the beans. Yeah. So let me see. So it had a little pots. I mean, these are literally they. I mean, we use this in varieties of our salad, with vermicelli, in curries, in papaya salad, and stuff like that. So there we go. I mean, I noticed in Mexico they also consume this. Well, tamarind here, okay? So it look like that. There's a pocket and everywhere. Hold on. So it looks like this. There's plenty back there. It grew during spring, and it's been on the big tree for a while, perhaps a month and a half, 6, 8 weeks. And I waited for it to get ripened so that way we can consume this. So I had this from California, and I think it brought from Cambodia or Thailand, the seeds, okay, because I don't remember America have it, or maybe it came from Mexico. I'm not sure where it came first, but I got it in my possession. I had seedling from California, and I brought with me to Las Vegas. So it's been with me since 2020. So it's been 5 years. So the plant is very, very tall. So what I did is that I brought it down archy this way, archy, so that way I'm still able to harvest this thing because it's so tall. And to do that, what I did is that I arched it and tied it down to this tree here, so that way I still have access to harvest this. Maybe some of them are not ready yet. Okay, look for the one that's ready.
Like the big ones?
Move your chair over here. So I have my grandbaby harvesting it. So this is the nature of it. Okay, it had pots in it, if you can see. And there's seeds in this here. There's seeds in it. So it's not very. There's no flavor into it. You know, I mean, between broccoli and between broccoli and bean. I don't know which one is worse, broccoli or bean. Anyway, so you just open it. Open easily. So there's pots in here and pod in here, and it's edible. And in Cambodia is very popular. Also, we eat this with the with the um with the paste. Not too bad right now. It's perfect to eat it. When it get a little older, then it's hard. And when it turn brown, then we can eat it. But I don't remember what in Latino community. I know they consume this too. One time I went to eat at the restaurant. Well, I think my birthday just left too. So it's easy. Just where you going, baby? So look, it had a little fiber there. So I mean, you have to grow up in a culture where these things are consumed regularly. Okay, in Thailand, it grew everywhere. Same thing as Cambodia. You know, where all is grown, and it become part of the family. The farmers have this for their regular vegetation. All they need is just some hot paste. The young leaf of the tamarind is edible also. So and because I don't have a whole lot of it, I just let it grow into plants. Okay, so baby girl. Oh, I think my worker just left with her dad and mom. They went to get some ice cream, I think. Baby. Oh, she already picked a whole bunch for me here. Some of them is not quite ready. This is not quite ready. Still very, very small, but oops, sorry. Sorry about that. These are not quite ready, but they are edible. You know, I mean, the pot is still small. You have to grow up in the region where you're familiar with consuming these water tamarind for the vegetation. I mean, animal consume this also. So am I. I'm not animal, but it's consumable. Huh? So what I'm gonna do after this is that I will go ahead and strip this. Look at that. These are healthy pot right there. They're full of it and full of seed there. I wish you can see the translucent of it. It's so pretty. It had seeds all around it. You know? So to open it, it just natural. You just like open a packet. It's very easy. It's easy, I promise. You know. So it's full of pots in here, and I know that it's nutritional. I think it has some medicinal value also. That's why a lot of Asian people consume this regularly. Okay, so okay. There's the pot here. Like I said, the seed is pungent, the leaves are pungent, but it's tolerable because back home, growing up eating this, so it's become accustomed to it. So, all right, let me go pick up some more so that way we have plenty to strip this into a little, so we can collect the seeds. Okay, my workers already left. I think her mom and dad left somewhere, and she just took off running that way. Hmm. This is a possible mission. Last year I have to get ladder to get all this food down. You can get back in there, in the house, please. Look, it came in a bunch like this. Look. Yeah. This is healthy bunch here. I'm surprised that it survived the storm. There's a lot of storm coming, but so far it had beautiful bunches like this. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, I hear the cicadas go. Ee, those annoying bugs. See, if I let this plant grow horizontally, it will be about, I don't know, maybe about 30 feet tall. So I wouldn't be able to even reach it. Okay, I might have to chop it down and let it start over. But so when I downslope this plant here, it allow it to, like, coming down this way. It's easy for me to harvest, and also train it to grow vertically, instead of go upward, because these plants here are so breakable. I mean, it could break easily, and then I will have problem with the neighbors. So therefore, to bring it down vertically like this, it allow me to harvest this safely. So we have a whole bunch here. Okay. I think it's plenty to for harvesting. This is called river tamarind. Okay. It's native of, I don't know, because they grow this in Thailand and Cambodia too. So if I say it's native of Cambodia, then the Thai people, no, it's a plant. If I say it's native of Thai, the Khmer say, we grow this in Cambodia too. So let me say that it's native to Asian country. Okay, there we go. So what I do next is that I'm gonna strip this and remove the pods out of this. Remove the seed out of this pod. Let's see that. It's palatable. There's no flavor to it. It had pungent smell to it, so it's very strong. So it's tolerable for me because growing up eating this all my life, so I'm familiar with it. You know, it may not be familiar to you guys, but I'm familiar with it. So what I do next is that we're gonna go to the table. Oh wow, where do you go?
I like to go Wells Fargo with my mother.
Huh?
I want to go Wells Fargo with my mom.
You went to the bank with your mom?
Mhm.
Not to get a lot of money?
Mhm.
How much?
I don't know.
$1 million? To
To put in her bank,
put the money in the bank.
the bank account.
Why she do it at night? That's I like to know.
I don't know, but what time is it? I mean, what's buzzing? What's buzzing?
What?
Oh,
This?
yeah. And mosquitoes are biting me.
Oh, probably mosquitoes. You're wearing shorts, that's why. Okay. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna remove the seed from this plant here. Okay. It's gonna be that way when I need it for cooking, then I'll cook it. And I'll show you how to cook with this. Okay, look at that. It just come up like that. You want to try?
I tried one.
Okay. Well, the young generation don't know what this is, but this has been grown. Look at that. No. Here we go. You know, she won't like it because it's not that pleasant. Okay? It's almost like eating raw broccoli. Okay. So let's go remove the seed from the pot. Okay, or the pea in the pot. Yeah, the pot. This is the pot, right? And these are the seeds in here, right? Did I say it right? I confused myself with language, with the English language. So these are the healthy here. So there's a lot of seeds in here. So 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20 pots in here. I mean 20 seeds in this pot here. Just like the pea, right? I mean the pea, how many peas in the pot? Probably 5 the most.
Pea pod.
Pea pot. But this is not pea though. It's not pleasant like eating the peas. So
Can I open it?
sure, go right ahead. So and teach the young kid to appreciate this thing here. All right, look at you, professional. Wait, where's the bowl? Where's the bowl, baby? Oh, the bowl's on the chair. We're gonna move to the chair on the other side, okay? Where we can label this thing. You put it in here, in this bowl here, babe.
Okay.
Like that.
Go. I do this one. Doing it this one.
There's a bowl. I'm sorry. There's a bowl on the table. So this here, you can dry it up and turn into 5 starters. So just saying that we use every resource that we have. Okay. So easy, right? I mean, you know, being born as Asian, I feel that I'm so fortunate. Though I was born in an undeveloped country at the time, but all the skill and all the and all the learning from the grandparents. It's amazing. It's amazing that I'm able to learn all the value of the fruit and vegetation in the area, because I know that um, a lot of Americans don't know what these are. Even grow in their backyard, they won't know what to do with it, right? I mean, I know that Mexican Latino people will know what to do with these because I saw that they consume in their country too. But they prepare it differently. I think they deep fry this. I have to Google and see what they do with it, because I remember when I went to eat at at the at one of the fine dine-in in Stockton, the Mexican food, the Mexican restaurant, and I swear they serve this. There's no mistake in it, because the seed itself is no mistaking for it. Oops, my bad. Um, I mean,
It's hard.
the seed, it cannot be mistaken. See that? So that's what I'm saying.
Ooh. There's a baby seed in here.
Yeah, baby. You make papaya salad and you put this over the papaya salad. Oh, it's good. I mean, it blends so well with all the ingredients and all the, yeah, it's good. And this is good for eat with numbajok also, boy numbajok. Okay. I mean, that work also for the Khmer people. Or for the Cambodian and Thai people, they know what this is all about. I mean, they grew up with it like I am, so.
Woo.
So be familiar with, this is a fruit and vegetation that we pick up from the side road. Baby, don't shake my camera, please.
Right.
So when I went to Thailand, I mean, on a rural area, these plant here are so, they're so dominated. It took over the whole land. I mean, because imagine that this seed right here, there's at least 20 seed from one pot. So imagine that you have 10,000 of this falling on the ground, and how many plants? Oh, sorry. Baby, stop shaking my camera, please. Imagine the repopulation of this plant. Okay, I mean, it's all over. I mean, they have to chop it down for firewood, for actually, I mean, that's how this thing works. And this plant right here grows so fast, and it can reach about 2-3 feet per year. And just that we have here, plant on the ground here for only 4 years, and it's already reached about 34 feet tall already. When for that I brought it down this way, I wouldn't be able to reach it. It's already up to like higher than the second story home. Yeah. So, but there's another way to eat this also. When the plant is still young, before the pot, baby, before the pot come to maturities, you can actually eat this also. Okay, you can eat it as a salad out of this when the pot is still soft and tender to eat this, and you can gather a whole bunch of leaves and eat the leaves also. Okay, so there's so many ways of consuming this, because that's why it's so valuable in Asian country, because people can literally make hot paste and just consume it just like regular salad, with the dressing. Though it may not be pleasant to American folk, but Asian folk know what these are. Okay, they know what these are, and they know what it's for. So this is a fun project to spend the time with my munchkin here. You went to the shop today with your mama. How was it?
Good.
Did you make some new friends, or you went to see some friends?
I went to go see some friends from our school.
Oh.
I didn't know that. It was my dad's client.
Oh, your dad's client? Talking to this little girl here. And my granddaughter, she's only 7 years old. What grade are you in? First grade?
First grade, going into second.
Oh, you like school?
Yes.
What is your favorite subject? That's asked all the time.
Art.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
You do a lot of painting?
Mhm.
You like school?
Yes.
uh, Let me tell you a little bit about this baby here. So she started school from kindergarten, right? So she was excited the first day of school, new backpack, new shoe, everything new. And she's excited. Yeah. Hold on to this. Um, and the first day she really enjoys it, you know, she was happy and all that. But then on the second day, her mom woke her up and she started crying and uncontrollably. And she told her mom that, I'm not going to school today, Mom, I'm done. Like first day of kindergarten, she's done.
I had a nice teacher though.
So then we have to have a long talk about that because she think that being kindergarten first day she graduated from Yale, you know, something like that. So yeah. And now she likes it. She learned to read when she's in kindergarten. But she still write her name backward though.
No.
Not anymore.
Mhm.
You got all straightened up.
Yes.
Okay, good. So the study showed that living with grandkid is good for grandma and grandpa, aunts and uncle if they can tolerate the little kid. They said that you can live 10 years longer. I wonder if that's true. I have to do a study on that. I read something about it a long time ago, so I'm still quoting on it. It said, for those who, a grandparent who around a grandkid, they live a little longer. I hope that's not what it meant. And that's why my daughter moved me in here, so that I can live longer, to live around her kids. But the ideal of moving me to live in this family is to have me, I'm sorry, my lip is dry. Is that she wanted her kid to have the quality time living with me because so she makes sense, right? Because when she was growing up, we we wouldn't do good as far as money is concerned, right? Because we wouldn't be properly taken care for. So I have to work two jobs because her dad wouldn't help raising them, and we went through court, and I have full custody of the kids, and he was ordered for child support, but then he left the country. So therefore, I didn't have much choice but to take more jobs. So I didn't. So a lot of time was taking from me to work longer hours, longer days, and every day there's no day off. So I miss the chance of being at home all the time, you know. But I'm always make sure that I'm home to cook meal for them. I leave pretty early, and like 6 or 5 in the morning, and I come home to take them to school, and then have to go back, or sometimes they take a ride with the neighbors, and I just pitch in the gas money and stuff like that to make it work. You know, I mean, it was a very difficult time for us because we didn't have enough support. When my dad was alive, and no, when we were living near my dad, or my parents were living with me, then my dad helped, you know. At that time, I have the support system, so I only have to work one job, 9 to 5, 8 to 5. So that worked well. And then when I moved out of my parent, or when my parents moved out of me, and I moved out to another town, about 2 hour drive town, from Stockton to Fresno. So then my support end. My physical support end. So I faced challenge of remarriage, and he wasn't very supportive. You know, he would give me good money, but his money goes somewhere else, and I was too naive. It was too nice, you know. I never really got him to be responsible. So whatever he does is his business. What I do is to, you know, I always work to support the family anyway. So, and never really bother what he does. So it was like, it's useless to have him. But that took me a long time to get out of that relationship because he was not only controlling, he he was abusive physically, mentally, and financially. Um, and that's the reason that he didn't support us, because he controlled the money and he doesn't bring money home, and he has gambling habit. So excuse me, but he had gambling habits. So all the money he made sorry, let me take a drink. Sorry about that. I was telling that, you know, when you married to someone who has some kind of addiction, either addicted to drug or alcohol or gambling, womanizing, and all that, one of the addiction will always gonna hurt and affect. They call it cohabitant, or something like that. Okay, the mental health term, where you live with another, live with the person who had some sort of addiction. Okay, so the person I was married to, not only he was a womanizer and constant into infidelity, but he also had addiction to gambling. So all the money he made, he on the payday he'd be gone missing for a night or two until he ran out of the money, run out of the paycheck, and he'll come home broke. You know, even the serious addiction, the serious gambling addiction does not allow a person to bring money home. Even they hit jackpot, a small jackpot, you know, they will stay around until they gamble out of all the money, thinking that they're gonna win a bigger jackpot. So one day a friend of mine was coming around and was just telling me that, oh, you know, I saw your husband last night, he hit jackpot. And I said, wow, I don't know, you know, because I can't go anywhere because I have to stay home with the kid. So he always be going somewhere by himself. And, and I can't leave the kid because the kid was little. So, said, oh, really? It's like, how much? I think he hit about 10,000. And then when he came home, I asked, oh, I heard that you got lucky. You know, he hit jackpot. I said, how do you know? You staying home? How do you find out all this? You know, so he started accusing me of stuff and like, you know, why would I go around and gossip, stuff like that. He always finds something wrong with me, you know, because he's so control. And I allow him, you know, because I I didn't want it to cause trouble, so I just let him be the man. So then when it's time to do the tax, you know, so we sat down at the tax preparation, and then he have to claim all the winnings. So he had a lot of ticket. So it's like, wow, a lot of winning, and we have to uh, they have to report and have to pay taxes on. Well, actually, he already got the tax taken. So then I said, oh wow, there's a lot of ticket here. You won a lot of money. So I never got any money from you. And he started get irritating. He said, it wasn't my money. I went and signed for somebody who won the ticket. And It's like, oh wow, how generous, you know. I mean, he lies. So I let it slide too many times, you know. And I don't want to have to argue with him because every time we argue, he strike, and it was that situation. Why I'm telling you this? Okay, I'm telling you this because every household, every woman who in the abusive relationship, you know, either a man is compulsive liar or cheaters or all of the above, you know, they womanizer, meaning that they constantly cheat and seek a relationship somewhere else, you know, and are not financially support their family, and in a gambling habit where they gamble all their paycheck and neglected the family. And you know what, when you live with people who have addiction, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or or any type of chemical dependency, and you become codependent, meaning that it affects you, affect the kids, and affect everybody who live around them. So so my suggestion is that it's not advice, okay? I'm not here to give any advice. My only suggestion for educational purpose is that to seek to seek professional help, treatment. If it does not work, then if it's affect the family financially, physically and mentally, then for me, I left. Okay? I left the situation because it did not improve. It got to the point where it become more dangerous to be around, you know, because constant fighting, constant hitting, and and cause bodily harm. So then I packed 6 children and left. And this is when my dad took an ill, and I have returned back to the town where my parents lived to take care of him. And he didn't fall. He didn't come. He let me leave with the kids. And later on, now this is funny, right? Well, since I'm spilled the bean, let me tell you the whole bean story, okay? Like I'm doing right now, spill the bean. So the reason he didn't come, he was really very controlled, very jealous of everything from my career. He didn't even allow me to work. He controlled, and you know, I do what I need to do, still have to work. Even he didn't want me to work, and he promised that he gonna take care. He didn't. He failed every step of the way. So one day, my dad took an ill, so I left. But before I left, this is some of the ugly story that he did. Okay, so he got involved with somebody. Um, this is um, the young of it. Okay, it looked like that. So it's consumable. Huh? So later on, when I come to find out that so after I left, about a year, not even 2 years later, I got a phone call from him. I said, hey, I know that well, I still married to him. I have not filed divorce. I just packed and left to take care of my dad, um about 160 miles away. So no, about 120 miles away, because it took hours to drive on freeway. So one day I received this phone call, and he sounded all distraught and sound all sad, and said, hey, you know, Own, he called me Own, which is sweetheart. I really need help. Help. What kind of help? He said that, well, I just got released from jail. Oh, what's going on? Um, so he was telling me that he got in trouble for abusing his girlfriend, and his girlfriend is about 20 years younger than him. And she was a brand new girl from Cambodia. She came here as um, mail order bride to a 65 or 70 years old man. The family paid him to marry her and bring her here to America. So something happened during the transition, so she couldn't stand the old man and his family, so she left. I think this is when she met my husband, my ex-husband. At the time was an husband. Why are you itching?
The bag.
Hmm?
The bag.
The bug?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So he said, well, I'm in trouble. I couldn't get back to the apartment because the sheriff had locked me out because I haven't paid my bills. I haven't paid my rent for many months, and the powers are gone. And I got arrested because she tuned me in. So, who turned you in? So, oh, this young lady that I have a relationship with, but she's at a women's center. I need your help to. I need your help. He said. For like what? Well, I need you to bring her to live with you. So what the? Now you know that I'm not a heartless person. So I said, you want me to go? You want me to bring your girlfriend to live with me? I said, yes, please. I know that this is odd that I asked you for help. I never asked you for help. No, you don't have to ask me for help. I've been helping your ass all your life. So I mean, so yes, please. I mean, I'm being released, but we don't have a place to live because the sheriff have we got evicted, and the sheriff just locked our door. And I just lost my job too when I got arrested. I went to jail and I got fired. So okay, all right. So at the time, I was working as interim executive director for a nonprofit organization and look after my dad who just suffered from severe stroke. So I said, so he had a lot of long conversation. He apologized left and right, but still don't make it up. So then so I said, okay, I can help you. I can bring her here, but you have to, you have to find yourself a place to live. So I didn't even ask him how he even got out of jail. I don't know. I didn't even ask him how he got out of jail, but he said that he got out of jail pending for court hearing. So okay, all right. So I drove 2 hours to Fresno, Central California. Went to meet her, and got to got to meet her first time. My husband mistress, my ex-husband, my husband at the time, but it's my ex-husband now, mistress, a young lady, very young, and I was already in my 50 at that time, and she was only 21. So I said, oh wow, face the real truth. So got to know her and brought her to live with me. At the time, I had my own apartment, and but I was living with my dad because my dad needed 24-hour care. So, but I have my own apartment, but no one living there. I got all my stuff there, but so then I said, you know what? Since my apartment is vacant anyway, so why not, help somebody? So I brought her, and she seemed happy, and she had a place to live, and she was good and trying to be nice to me and everything. I wasn't trying to be nice to her. I was I was thinking about her situation. Just came from Cambodia and didn't have family members. I think she had a sister that was married to someone too, but then they didn't. She didn't go to her. So I brought her to live with me in Stockton, and yeah, I didn't charge her rent, nothing, and tried to get her job and stuff like that. And so one day I was I was at the meeting, and my phone keep ringing left and right, and I pick up the phone. She said, sister. She called me sister, older sister. Bong saray, bong saray. What's going on? You know that I'm in a meeting right now. I said, yes, I know, but I'm scared. Why are you scared? I said, well, they police here at the apartment. Hold on. Let me rewind. Before that, after I brought her to live with me, days later he followed here too. So he came to my place and said, look, I don't have a place to go. I just lost my job. I don't have money. I really need your help. So I said, what the hell? So I have no. And then the thing that I didn't impress, with him at all. You know, I was like disappointed. I said, look, I extended my help to your lover, and I really don't want you here. You need to go somewhere. So I don't have a place to be. You the only family I have. Oh, really? Now I'm the only family member you have. Before that, you said that I was calling me all kind of shitty name. Now I'm your family. Okay. So, all right, I'll give you some time, but you need to get yourself straightened up, and then the court date is coming. So then, he was telling me that one day he crawled over and down to my feet and asking me to forgive him, like a real man would do, a Cambodian, they go bow down to your feet and ask for forgiveness. And I said, what am I need to forgive you for? Well, all the suffering, pain, and all that affliction I caused you, and I asked you to forgive me. He said, okay, it's forgiven, so what do you need? I said, look, I don't want to go to jail. I know that I'm going to go to jail because I'm being charged with like 4 felonies, that she charged with all kind of charges. Kidnapping, disobeyed, or something like that. Kidnapping, um, beating, um, assault, battery. She got him good. She got him 4 count of felonies, so he know for sure that he will do at least 15 years, in combined. Plus, when when he was in when he was doing all that to me, I reported him too, but then I always drop charges against him. So this time, so when the court date come, I went to the court and to plead the judge, because they have brought up all the charges against him that I charged him with beating me too, and because I dropped charges and he never get prosecuted. So when I went before the judge said, um, lady, um, your it was my husband at the time. Your husband is being charged such and such, and all the on the offense on you, it had brought up also, and that he's going to be charged against, he's going to be charged on account that he did to this young lady, and we're going to bring up all the charges that you make report on him when you were living with him. So he's going to have at least 10 charges against him. So the state of California will not drop charges against him. We're gonna prosecute him. So we're looking at like what, 15-20 years. So he got chicken out. He started crying. So after the court date, and we come home, and he begged me to, like, he doesn't want to go to jail. I said, what do you want to do? I'm not the judge. You hear the judge. You know what I mean? I trying to go over and tell the judge to drop the charges again, like I normally do, to help you with, and you never change. No, you don't change. So I can't help you with it. If I go to jail, I'll kill myself. Hey, if you want to kill yourself, go ahead. I'll bring you a rope for you. I was being mean too. So then I said, well, you don't want to go to jail, then what you going to do? You're going to have to go to Cambodia, or you can't go to live with your parent in America. You're going to get arrested. So, so by the way, I said, how do you get out? I said, well, I was bailed out. By who? I said, well, it's by another girlfriend of him. So in other words, he was still married to me, had an affair with that young lady he beats on, and he had also had an affair with another young lady who was a married woman, and she was a real estate agent. So she was so in love with him, and that she took her fancy home and as collaterals, and I think he has a bail bond of 400,000 or something like that. So she went and collateral her home and bailed him out. And also when he got out of jail, she gave him some money because he lied to her that he need money for the attorney. So she gave him plenty of money again, and he went and gambled all of it, and he had just a little bit left over. So after the court date, he we drove back home because the court date was in Fresno, and I live in Stockton, so we drove 2 hours home. So he was telling me that he didn't want to go to jail, for sure that he's going to be prosecuted. I said, maybe living in jail is not a bad idea for you, because you're such a big liar, cheaters, and maybe something that that's good for you. So he started crying again and like so stupid, you know. So I said, okay, well, this is what I can offer you. If you don't want to go to jail, then go home. Go home. To go home where? To Cambodia. I said, how am I gonna go to Cambodia? So just get a plane ticket and hop over on the plane and go and then come back. He was a green card holder at the time, so he said, well, I know that you have some money. You went to gamble, and your girlfriend told me that you have some money still. The girl gave you about $30,000 for the attorney fee, but you have been gambling with the money, so you have some money left. So let's go buy a one-way ticket. So the one-way ticket is about $700 at the time. Wasn't that bad, you know. So one-way ticket to Cambodia. So he said that, wow, you're gonna send me to Cambodia? Absolutely. That will be the best place for you to hide. Yeah, 10,000 miles away. So before that, I called up a friend of mine who's a sergeant now. He retired. I said, hey, I have a situation here. So I asked him, so when is the best time to to exile a criminal? That Vana, the sergeant, know me real well. I worked with him on. He worked at the adolescent department, so I did a lot of translation with him. Sorry, working with the Asian family, um, in the children department. So he said, Vana, the sergeant know me that I used to work with him for about 13, 15 years, so he knows that but I didn't tell him about the situation with my ex. So, Vana, what's going on with you? So, well, I needed to send somebody back home. You know, I mean, self-deportation was not wrong, right? I mean, even he get indicted in America, he gonna get deported anyway. So if he volunteered to deport himself, it worked perfect, you know. So he said, well, I know you know that's against the law. I said, I don't know if it's against the law for you or not to keep a criminal who constant beat me and beat another woman. You really want to keep him here? I said, not really. So tell me when he need to deport it. I said, he want to do self-deportation. Okay. So I call that self-deportation at the time when 3 strike out already implemented. You know, he gonna get sent home anyway. So, you know, if he volunteered to go home early, hey, let's go. So got him the ticket, and he's supposed to show up at court on Friday. I got him on the plane, like on a Wednesday night. Drove him about 2-hour ride to the airport. Which airport was it? Oh, it was San Francisco airport. So what happened was that we drove him and his girlfriend to the airport, and they say goodbye, they kiss and hug each other. He said, will you please take care of my sweetheart? I said, yeah, I've been doing that already. So then I make sure that he gone through the TSA. You know, I don't want him to like return home. Watch him gone through the TSA, and then I drove his girlfriend home. She's crying, and sound like she really gonna miss him. Blah blah blah. You know. So we came home, and I tell her, you know, he'll be fine. He has some girlfriend there. He has some family there too in Siem Reap. So to make the story short, so that day when she was calling me, maybe about, so Friday was supposed to be a court date, and because he didn't show up for court and he jumped bail, so because he didn't show, excuse me?
Can I help?
No, well you can, but if you know how, yeah.
I do.
Okay, thank you. And he jumped bail, so then I don't know that they put tap on his phone that she left for his girlfriend. I don't know who tapped his phone. So what happened was that when I was at the meeting, it was like 10 in the morning, and this young lady keep calling me. I finally, like a third time, I pick up the phone, and she was hysterically said, "Bong, bong, bong, bong. Nicole Ball is here. Police, Nicole Ball. Police are here. They were they came into your apartment and they were searching through your searching in your apartment. They searched your apartment." I said, "Huh? Search my apartment for what?" Said they said that they were looking for my boyfriend. Looking for your boyfriend. Okay, so I said, okay, so just calm down, okay, just let them do their job. And I said, but I'm scared. I said, no, you're not scared. You're the victim. You are not the criminal. They're not gonna arrest you. They're looking for him because he just he just contempt court order. He didn't show up for court, and then also jump bail, because he's on bail. So because he didn't show up for court, he jumped bail. He has bench warrant for arrest, right? So then because they tap on his phone, so they follow him. They're not following him. They figured out where the location of the phone was. So because she was living in my apartment, so they sent the Stockton Police Department over to search my apartment. So then so when I get home, they're really searching. The heck with them. They did such a terrible job, okay? I'm sure they look all over for him, and of course they found some sweater that he left on the closet, and then his pair of shoe. So so I call up the captain, because I know the captain of the Stockton Police Department. I said, look, you have to send somebody to my apartment to put my thing back in order. He laughed. But, I said, oh, what the hell are you doing in my apartment for? Well, we're looking for such and such. Oh, they're looking for my husband. I said, oh, he's not here. He have left. He have left abroad. I said, when? I said, well, a few days ago. I said, what? His phone is still here. I said, what, the phone is still here? The person is not here. Well, the shoe is still here. The sweater is still here. I know everything is still here, but then the man is not here, right? So then, so I have a good conversation with captains. The captain said, okay, we'll believe you. We're not gonna search your apartment anymore. So we're good. So a few days later, I was washing my car at the complex and behind my mom's apartment, because I live in my mom. I stay at my mom's apartment, remember, to take care of my dad. So my dad had gave me a car, so I can operate when I move back to him. I left the car for my ex. I didn't bring the car. So and then his girlfriend ran over again, crying hysterically. Said, "Bong, bong, bong, bong." I said, "What is this time now?" I said, "Who's a lot of men in black all over your apartment? Men in black?" I said, "Yes." And I live in a huge apartment complex full of Cambodian people. They're so nosy, and people in my complex is like all surprised and wondering what's going on in my apartment. First it was the police raging through my house, and now it's a whole bunch of men in black. And she ran toward me, and they follow her, and so I paused to talk to the officer, and they were the bounty hunter. So so we had a good conversation, and so they were saying that, okay, they're looking for my ex, my husband at the time. I said, he's not here. He had left the country. So the head of the, not only the bounty hunter, there's a few other guys, like at least 10 cars that came with it, So there's a whole bunch of men in black. I don't even know whether it's FBI's or whatever it was, you know, but the squad, whatever it was, I didn't really pay attention to it. So they said, yes, we just said that he had bench one, and because he jumped bail and failed to show, he con- he failed to show on his hearing, and he has contempt court orders, so they're out here to arrest him. I was like, he's not here. He had left the country, and they didn't believe me. But then we had a long conversation again. So he said, why is his girlfriend here? So why the victim is here? The girl was his victim. Why I said that she's staying with me for temporary. I said why? Well, because she had no place to be, so I brought her to stay with me. You let your husband, mistress, live with you? I said, yes. Anything wrong with that? So they shake their hand. I said, girl, I have a lot of respect for you. I said, okay, thank you. I never hurt anybody who can be that generous. And even my family said that too, said that I'm stupid and I'm too nice, too kind. Even my manager said the same thing, They're going to raise my rent on me because I allow her to live with me. So I have a long conversation with the bounty hunter leader. So they were saying that they have bench warrant to arrest him because he failed to show um, um, in court and jump bail, and the lady who was helping him, who bailed him out, also losing her house because he didn't show up for court, and then and the bail forfeited. So everybody is after him. The lady keep calling. I said, I don't know, girl. I don't even know you. Why you be calling him? I said, but he's my boyfriend. I said, well, he's my husband. Okay, so you both cheated on, you cheated with him. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I said, girl, he's not here. He had left to Cambodia, and she was like, you lie. I said, I had no reason to lie to you, girl. And why you even talk to me anyway? You're the one that slept with him. You're the one that cheated on me with him. So I said, who are you? I said, at the time, Mom said, well, I'm still married to him. You can have him. I don't care. You can have him. Anyway, so we go back to the story with the bounty hunter. So he negotiated. Okay, he called me ma'am. And I said, just call me Vanna. Don't have to be so formal. He said, this is what I can do for you. I will pay you money for you to bring back your husband so that he can get so that he can get fair trial, do do due diligence or something like that, fair trial. Okay, I don't remember all the court fancy word. He said that that she still have options of show at court and plead guilty and at the court mercy, and then he get time reduction, whatever it was. So I look at the bounty hunter and said, sir, look at me. I may be nice and benevolent and kind and generous woman, okay, toward another woman, but not toward my ex. There's no way that I'm gonna bring him back to USA so you guys can put him in jail, and have a fair trial. And so, no, we give you money. We pay for your plane ticket and go get your husband and bring him to America so he can get so he can so that he can get proper trial. I said, I'm not sure. I think where he's at is safe for me and other women. Okay, so he can stay in Cambodia as long as his remaining of his life. So he said, I'm being serious. The bounty hunter said, no, I'm serious too, sir. It's safer for any woman not to be around him. So then the bounty hunter said that, you can help the court. I said, look, he left to Cambodia, and I don't know where he's going to be at. I don't even know what country, what region. I didn't know where he's going to be at. He got the ticket, and I drove him to the airport, and I don't know what part of Cambodia. He said, well, Cambodia is small, but why don't you guys go get him then? Go get him if you think you know where he is. I don't know where he is. I know he's somewhere in Cambodia. So then they were pleading. I said, no, so I wish I can help you, but it's nothing I can do for you. So they left me their cards and everything, and they left. And the neighbor, the neighbor being nosy, so they're all standing around watching me and want to know what's going on and so on and so forth. So go back to the sergeant, the retired sergeant. Now he said, Vanna, what's up with you, right? When I asked him, so he said, when is a good time to deport somebody? He said that he have to go before the hearing date. If after the hearing date, then then he cannot leave the country. So all right, sounds good to me. So what's up, Vanna? I said, nothing. Are you committing? Committing conspiracy? And nope. Vanna, you sound all suspicious now. It's all good. It's all good, Sergeant. Just sit back and relax. Let me do my thing. So he laughing. He's always be laughing. Still this day, this sergeant here has been Asian community advocate. I admire his intelligence and his love for the Asian folk. And he said that he often say that, Vanna, because of you, because the work and dedication and how you love your community, and you taught me such a valuable lesson that I love these Asian people, especially the Khmer people. And even he retired, and if I needed him to conduct investigation or work on certain case, he would drop everything and he'll go get it done, especially after the PP loan, and a lot of people got scammed of the government loan, the small business loan, and people affected by it. And he and I, we worked together to arrest the people who commit the fraudulent, and work with a lot of elderly people to restore their income, their situation with Social Security office and stuff like that. So I don't want to mention his name. If he's online, he probably won't want me to mention his name. But anyway, thanks so much for being such loving retired sergeant from police Stockton, and work endless hour to provide the service to the needy community. But anyway, so that was a story with my ex. I did what I could as a human to help him out. And I had his girlfriend with me. She continued to live with me for another 5 or 6 months, I think. She got a job and she started working, and then she took a new lover. She went, and when she went to work, and she took a new lover, and he was a guy who had a bunch of children, and he lied to her that he was single, and that but she's married with children. So when his wife found out, and his wife beat up the young lady. So she was crying. So he said, well, oh, she got bruises. What happened to you? I said, well, today, my boyfriend. She said, your boyfriend. What happened? He beat you? No, his wife found out about me, so she came to my work and she beat the heck out of me. And I said, see, you have to stay away from people's husband. No, but you weren't like that to me, sis. I said, I'm not like that to you, because my husband is worthless. That's why. Okay, because he's a piece of shit, and that's why I don't beat you. But just know that not every woman be kind and understanding toward another woman who had an affair with their husband. Okay, I didn't have thing against you, because the man was worthless to me. He did all that to me before he did to you, so it does not, I have no compassion for. So she was crying and everything, and so I said, so now he's married, so stay away. So later on, she went to get another relationship, and she moved out. I think she moved to the Bay Area. And one day I was at the temple, the Buddhist temple, with my mom, my dad, and they wanted to go to the temple. And all of a sudden, I hear the voice. It sounds familiar, And I turned over and I saw this gorgeous lady, you know, I mean, she dressed so tight fit in the Khmer intricate silk outfit, you know, it was like personal tailors, like fit, you know. It revealed her beautiful figure because she's a young lady, so you know, I mean, she's still at her best look. So I hear her talking, but I couldn't recognize her face because she had so much makeup on from that ordinary looking girl. Now she was like booyah, you know, she was like gorgeous. And she's not a very pretty young lady, but with all the makeup, it helped. I turned over and I said, that sound familiar. That voice sound familiar. And when she saw me, she said, "Oh, Mom!" You know, she recognized me. So, and I said, I called her by first name, and she hugged me, you know. And this is like many years later. So she introduced me to her children. So she has two children, a boy and a girl, and two beautiful kids. And both of her kids under 10 years old. So I got to meet them, and she was telling me that, yeah, Mom, you know, I got married. With this person, but he's not here with me, so I didn't ask whether she said she got married, so he must be probably not with a married man. So I didn't ask. It wasn't my business anyway. So I saw her a few times after that, at a temple, you know, and she told me that she's she worked as a car dealer and making good money, so she bought the house near the temple, and she also brought her parent over. She said that she needed help with childcare, so she was able to save enough money to sponsor her parents, both of her parents, here to America. So I was impressed with her. You know, I mean, she came here to she came here to have a life in America, and she fulfilled it, and she brought her family over. But then, but then to learn that she still recognize me and remember me, it's okay. Bye. No, but now I don't know where she's at anymore. I have lost touch with her, and the last time I heard was that someone was looking for her. So so I reached out to people who know her. Said, look, I was at this place, and people had inquired about her, and they know that I have connection with her. I said, no, I don't know where she's at, because why are you looking for her? I think she was in a bad drug deals or something bad deal, and she owed people money, so they were looking for her. I think that was the last time I remember. But anyway, while I'm talking about this, I'm just letting you know that, you know, I mean, in our life we have taken so many turns. So just from in my situation, I was dealing with such a bad relationship, and so they're representative. It's not understood. Let's put it that way. Okay? It's so complicated. You never understand. A lot of Americans don't understand that how Asian women endure so much tormenting and abuse, and still in abuse, because believe is that leaving abused relationship or leaving spouse is sign of weakness, and that sign of being a loser, and that so stay in a relationship because economical and whatever reason, you know. But for me, I stay because not that I was not able to take care of myself. I worked to take care of myself, you know. I mean, even married to him, even he made good money, I still continue to work. So then when I went to file divorce years after that, and it was easy because he's already left to Cambodia, and all I said was show him the FBI most wanted list. So he made it to FBI most wanted list. Very famous. Anyway, so and I think I found him on Facebook, so I tell him that, hey, you know, he's still on FBI a most wanted list, so you might not want to be on here. So that was the last time I saw him. And then later on, he contacted his daughter, trying to be